Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today we'll be starting up with Testng. Okay, so in this section of tutorial we'll be seeing how we can integrate Testng with Eclipse, or basically how to install Testng with Eclipse to work with Eclipse. Okay, because to work with Testng in our any IDE Eclipse IntelliJ, we need some plugin for Testng. Okay, and we need to configure that so that we can work with this unit testing framework called Testng, right? So now first let me tell you what is Testng. Okay, so Testng is a unit testing framework, okay, inspired from JUnit and NUnit. Along with that, it has some very advanced and composed features through which you can manipulate the runtime behavior. You can do parallel testing. You can do parameterized testing. You can prioritize your test case. So it gives you lots of flexibility and lots of advanced features to control and your flow of automation or execution. And you can also manipulate runtime behavior of the same. Basically, how we do that, we use listeners of testng and we can manipulate the runtime behavior as well. Okay, so yeah, so that's what testng is. Okay, so now let's try to configure our Eclipse with our testng. Today we'll configure testng and we'll a very basic test script or first test script using testng. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So to install testng plugin to Eclipse, what do you have to do? Go to help. Okay, navigate to install new software. Okay, then type here BEUST. Okay, here you can see that because I had already used that, so it is stored. So you have to use this URL. Okay, once you type it search, so this will automatically comes up, would be displayed here. Just click on here and click on next. So once you click on next, it will start doing processing, and it will ask you what are things you need to or you want to install. Just do click here. I'm checking in all the stuff, and you accept the license. Okay, basically it's open source, you know tool or interesting framework, okay, that you can use for your automation testing. Okay, so it will take some time, okay, to get it installed because it will download and install them. Okay, so meanwhile let's talk about something from testng, something else from testng. So testng is like, as I was mentioning, right, there are different annotations that are present in testng. What is annotation? So annotation is the normal annotations, okay, like other things. So here using annotations we can use multiple stuff. Let's say you want to write a test method, okay, using testng. So for that you have an annotation called @test. Okay, so like this, suppose some method you want to run before each and every test method. So there is another annotation called @before method. Okay, so if you use those annotations along with some method, so that the behavior it will behave, it is defined in the testng itself. Okay, so you don't need to be worried about that. You have to use the annotations and you can start using that directly. So again, there are some other concept called attributes also there. So you can use an attributes along with annotations, right? Suppose you want to uh, you don't want to run a specific test. Okay, so here security warning, let me click okay. So if you don't want to run some specific test, right, then what you can do, you just use annotation as I mentioned. Okay, let's restart this to get it reflected. So just you will be rewriting, sorry, you will be you know using the annotation called @test, and you will be using the attribute called enabled equal to false. So we'll see those stuff one by one once we navigate through our this section of TestNG in further videos. Okay, so here we'll be learning from the very static, very basic to till the very advanced. So in advanced, what I mean to say is we'll be implementing listeners. Okay, we'll be working with runtime behaviors, how to implement listeners and how to change the behavior, how to work with XML file, how can you manipulate the things so like this. Okay, so yeah, so our test engine should have been installed. Okay, so if you go to how to check whether it has been installed or not. So let's go to here installation details, and if you can see here it will be shown as a install software list. Okay, that's how we integrate your TestNG with Eclipse. Okay, let's quickly create a Java project. We'll try to write a basic scripts first script using TestNG. So let's TestNG tutorial. Okay, let's create a project, Java project. Actually I'm creating that. Okay, after we have created that, let's create a package first. Okay, com dot testng dot example. Okay, just I'm giving a name. Okay, once it is done we have to create a test class, test dummy. Let's name this test dummy. Okay, before to that you need to work with testng, right? So for that you need the APIs of testng, right? Because you'll be using the annotations, attributes and all, correct? For that thing you have to download the testng jar and configure it with the project. Whatever we had done till now, we had downloaded the testng plugin and integrated with Eclipse so that Eclipse understands how to work with testng. But for your coding purpose, you need to use the testng libraries, right? APIs. So that will be coming. You have to download the testng jar and you have to include in the build path of the project. So how to do that? Just go to Google and search it with testng jar download. Right? Once you download the testng jar, then this will be coming something like, okay, this one, zip file. You unzip it. Once you unzip it, then you should be able to add the jar in your bit path. So I'm just unzipping it. So once it is unzipped, so let me show it has been, okay, this has been unzipped. Once you, so just go to Google, just download, just search with testng 6.8 or 6.9 jar. You'll be able to download, and once you will download, you'll get the zip, unzip it, you'll get the jar, add it here. Okay, how to add it to any jar in the build path? Go to build path, go to configure build path. Okay, go to add external jars. Once it is done, okay, then you just select the testng jar. Okay, so this one testng, this is a testng jar, right? So once it's done, click on apply, click on OK, this one. So here we will write a very simple and first script. So public void, let's say test method 1. So I'm writing a test method called test method 1. Here after this I have to import this. You can see that org.testng.annotations. You can import this and you can write something. Okay, you can perform the desired capabilities what you want to perform. Here just I'm just printing it, a simple line, first test method. Once it is done, I'm asserting. So what is assertion and all we'll see further. So assertion, okay, let me assert true, true, assertion means is the way of validating your test result or test output, right? TestNG provides different type of assertion techniques. One is hard assertion, one other is soft assertion, right? We will use hard and soft. We'll see both the cases. What are the benefits? How to use them? We'll see in further videos. Here, I'm using assertion classes and I'm using this method assert true. So if this is true, then your test should be getting passed. Okay. So just formatting the code and how to run. There are multiple ways to run testng suite. Testng, you can trigger it basically. One way is to just right click run as testng test. Once you run it, you should be able to see, okay, this is not done. Okay, this is a jar file issue because it's showing this is the version issue actually. So what you have to do, you have to download a J commander jar here. Okay, so that also you have to add it in your build path. Okay, if you face this kind of JNI error occur, okay, then you can add J commander jar actually. So here, okay, apply, okay. Now you save it here. Again, let us try to run. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it is working fine and it has given some input out result, right? So this is the results. So it will show if all the test cases are passed, it will show as green. If not, it will show as red. So here you can see test method is passed, okay, passed one, failed zero, and in console we have written this should be coming up here. So see first test method, so it is also showing first test method. Whatever you want to write, you can write here, and this is passed the name of the test method. Okay, so that's all for this section. So we had just installed testng plugin in with the Eclipse. We had written our first script using other test annotations, okay, and we had understood what is testng. At least we had tried to get some idea what is testng, okay, and from where it is coming and what is the purpose of using that. So yeah, that's all for this section. If you like the video guys, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, doubts, suggestions, okay, please put them in the comment box. I will be happy to help. Thank you and have a nice day.